It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' reigning league MVP. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Commanders and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Now a first carry here for Robinson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. he was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one time.
Just once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. Now a throw here, hauled in. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards to pick up, first down Washington. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. To throw on second down. Bush, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Robinson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Looking to throw on second down. Bush. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Bush. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 3rd down, Bush. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. CeeDee Lamb. His second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him with one of their own. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw on second down, Raymond. Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Raymond. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
The career catch number for him just continues to climb, now at 1,070, and that is where Reggie Wayne finished.
And I was always told if you went about your business like Reggie Wayne, you had a chance to be a heck of a player. So I've asked, how does this guy go about his business? Morning, noon, night, pregame, postgame, pre-practice, post-practice. That's why he's accumulated.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Does the big boy have the juice? And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Back to throw. Bush. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And a short gain here down to the 22.
Robinson, the ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up
looking to throw on second down. Bush. This is caught by Robinson.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And they use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
That's complete right around the 8. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Bush to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
He's been pretty effective so far, solid numbers yardage-wise, but the fumble last time, that's what he's thinking about. Has to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, he does. Would you yell at him right here? Would you get on him?
No, I think you pick him up, don't you?
I agree with you totally. You pick him up in this situation because a lot of game left to be played, and he can be special with the ball in his hands. In that situation, he wasn't. You should talk to him about the 4 points of pressure, high and tight to the body, and let him go back to it.
Well, still plenty of time in this game, so he'll have opportunities to secure that ball with those 4 points of pressure. To throw on 3rd down, Raymond. And that is incomplete.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Again, it's Robinson.
To the 27-yard line.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bush.
Left side to Lamb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Bush. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Raymond. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Raymond drops it off for Chubb. So he stopped for no gain, and that will bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Raymond.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Raymond.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, he bowls over him.
It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Bush. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Raymond. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun. Raymond being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Raymond.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
So here is Washington now to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hand off now to Robinson. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. On the give, here's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
To throw on 2nd down. Bush. And he's got his man on the out route. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
The tackle by Leo Chanel. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush. Over the middle here, it's Hilton.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Browns set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Raymond. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. Chubb on the counter. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Raymond. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. On third down, Robinson. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Throwing on first down. Raymond. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Raymond. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Cowboys who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Bush, and that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. On the move past the 40.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Robinson on a give right side.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On 3rd down, Bush.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. CeeDee Lamb.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Commanders take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point attempt to come here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to get in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Raymond. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Let a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stopped him well short.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush. And the catch made by Hilton.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Bush. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A give left side to Robinson.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Robinson up the middle.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dot. Always a fan of the dot. Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw on third down, Raymond. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score. Commanders 31, Browns 21.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Back to Robinson now on first down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 171 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, it's Robinson.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Here's Robinson.
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Looking to throw. Bush
Finding Hilton on the slant.
stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Bush. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Operating from the gun, Bush. Middle of the field, it's Robinson.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Raymond, he'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd down, Bush.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. On the give, here's Robinson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
13 yards there and a Washington first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bush. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
On 1st and 10, Raymond. This is the tight end, Njoku. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Off play action, Raymond. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a 2nd season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. To throw on 2nd down. Bush.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Bush. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. CeeDee Lamb with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Kevin Farley. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
And the Browns getting set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the gun on 3rd down, Raymond. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
An extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Raymond. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw. Raymond. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Wide open receiver complete.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Operating from the gun. Raymond dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 3rd down, Raymond.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Pass incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Raymond.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Raymond.
There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Raymond. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. Looking to throw. Raymond. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now a second down throw, and now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and they're going to get a challenge. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
Commanders 52, Browns 28.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now with Robinson.
And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson, and he's got it down to the 28.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders,
they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.